All right, let's do slide 4. Here we are. And if you haven't noticed, I've been complimenting myself whenever I finish a slide, and you should too, because it's impressive when you do research. One graph about natural disasters. Okay, we need a graph. This one could be the hard slide or the easy slide. I haven't done it yet, and I'm super stoked to go ahead and give it a go. So what I would do is I would go back to that slideshow that we gave you, and over, where is it? Living with weather. I would go to this one. This link will help you find a graph for the last slide. It could. I'm not as impressed with that. Let's go here. All right, so this will give us some graphs that we could talk about. So I will want to find volcano. It might not actually be here because it's in Illinois. Floods. What else do we got here? We've got fog. We've got Great Lakes weather. Hail. This gives better graphs, I think, but I would need to actually find one on volcanoes here for it to be useful like that. Wind, winter storms, home. All right, so volcano is not one of the options. I'm not shocked because this is mainly, I believe, Illinois area, Great Lakes area, so Wisconsin, Michigan, as well. Let's look somewhere that might work. All right, so it turns out the other site that I just made fun of, that site is actually better for this. So let's go back to that one. So here I have a really long site. You can see how small the bar is on the side. Well, if I want to search this just for graphs about volcanoes, I can go like this. Just press Control F, type in volcanic, and I have 22 different mentions. So here's one, global deaths from natural disasters. It mentions volcanoes, or it includes volcanic activity. But I want one specific to volcanoes, so let's check out one of those others. So let's keep going. There's another one. Oh, this is a map. It shows where significant volcanic eruptions have happened around the world. So interesting, but not the kind that I necessarily want to talk about or that I know enough to. Well, not necessarily enough that at a 6th grade level we'd want to talk about. So let's keep going. Here we've got number of deaths. Well, this one will work. Number of deaths from volcanic eruptions worldwide, 1570 to 2017. Remember, I read the title. I'm then going to look at the labels on the left and label on the bottom. So we have on the left, we've got number of deaths in the 10,000s, which is an insane amount. I noticed that there's been some crazy volcano that happened to this one in the in 1816 or 1815 or whatever. In 1814, caused 1,000. Whoa! I kind of want to know what volcano that was now. And then there's another one over here in 1984 that caused 68 deaths. Shout out to decimals. For some reason, they included those. But we learned about those in math, so pretty cool that I can actually apply what happened in math in science as well. Okay, not surprising to me, but cool. So now I want this picture. I want this graph, and I want to put it over. I could download it. That's interesting. But I'm actually going to just take a screenshot, which I believe for you guys is Switch or Alt-Shift and the Switch Windows key. I should look at it really fast. It's right here. Those 3 buttons will take a partial screenshot for you. So I'm going to go ahead and do it on the PC that I have in front of me. Here it is. Let's go ahead and take a picture of the screen. And then once we have pasted it into our slideshow, we can go ahead and resize it to the size that we want. If you have extra on there that you don't want, like you didn't quite take the screenshot the way you wanted, you can actually, I just double click on it. And then you can go ahead and let's say I didn't want that top part. I just wanted this. I can make it smaller and that might work well for you. But I want that description. So I think it's worth having. So I put that there. And let's make it a little smaller still. Okay. Put it up a little. And that's literally, you just want a picture there. One graph about natural disasters. This is a graph. It is about natural disasters. I must have highlighted the word volcanic. So I guess now I know what this graph is mainly about. So this is the number of deaths from volcanic eruptions. So over here I would type, this graph shows the number of deaths from, and remember, you just need to attempt to explain the slide, the graph. That's the objective here, is that you start to get in that habit. This graph shows the number of deaths from volcanic eruptions. And then you want to say how I know it. I know this because I looked first at the title, which is at the top, then at the labels. It doesn't really have great labels on the left or the right. I know this is the number of deaths because I believe it says it there. Deaths from volcanic eruption events include direct deaths from volcanic eruptions in addition to secondary impacts such as tsunamis or earthquakes. Reporting and evidence, it's expected that recent data will be more complete than the long historical record. So, yeah, so that's how I know that that's the number of deaths on my left there. Then at the labels on the left and bottom. So this is obviously a timeline. So we've got the years here. Okay. So then I could say like one fact that I get from looking at the labels. So the year with the most deaths was deaths since 1570, obviously until 2017. Year with the most deaths from 1570 to 2017 was, I want to say that was 1814. Let's look back and make sure I was right. Put my little pointer there, 1814. So, yep, it was 1814. And really what I've done here is I've explained this graph and how I would read it from my 6th grade level. Obviously, I could do some deeper analyzation as I get smarter and smarter with a bigger and bigger brain. But this is where we're at, and this is how we grow. Now you know how to read, in the basic terms, graphs. You look at the title, then you look at the labels, and you are ready to keep going. Obviously, all of this will be in videos in the corners. That's how you do slide 4. You guys are absolutely amazing. Make sure you click turn in the Google Classroom, and make sure you remember words better than I do. Alrighty, you guys have a great day, and have a great Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, whenever you're doing this. Test tomorrow. Get psyched.